All right. So, Rob, our movie for this week is Game Night.
It is Game Night.
I had a question for you.
What's the
question? Would you rather have games, unlimited games, but no games, or bacon, unlimited bacon, but no games?
Okay, hold on a second. Okay, let me repeat this because I don't feel like I fully understand the question.
Would you rather have games, like all the games?
All the games. Is this including video games?
All the games.
Video games?
All games.
Board games?
All games.
Every game that's ever existed.
All games.
Yes.
Football.
But no games?
Football games.
Games. Just games. Would
Okay.
you rather have all games, but no games? Or bacon?
No, wait a second.
Or bacon.
It doesn't make any sense.
Listen. Just listen. Would you rather have games? All the games.
Yes.
But no games? Or bacon. Unlimited bacon, but no games.
Oh my God, I hate you right now. This doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean games but no games?
Exactly.
Would you rather have games, all the games, but no games?
There's no games.
Or bacon, unlimited bacon, but no games?
I'm gonna do. It's the weirdest wording, but I'm good to go without bacon. Honestly.
So you're going games, but no games?
Yes.
No, both options are no games.
Yeah.
So you're going games, like unlimited games.
I'm getting unlimited games, but no games. Yeah.
Okay, instead of bacon.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Keaton, what are you? Keaton, are you unlimited bacon?
I feel like I am in a
I feel like I'm
fever dream.
stupid. What are you talking
I
about?
feel like
Hey,
I feel like
Keaton, look at
everybody
me.
in this room had a
Keaton,
stroke
Keaton, look
before
at
this
me.
episode.
Look at
I'm
me.
having a stroke
Look at
right
me.
now.
Look at me. Would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games, or unlimited? Jeez, it's a VHS tape. Or unlimited games, but no games.
So I get to choose between 1, no games, or 2, no games.
No. Unlimited bacon and no games. Or unlimited games, but no games.
Both options are no games.
But unlimited bacon.
What's the point of the second option?
Bacon.
You're just choosing bacon.
No, so.
Explain.
Break this down to me like I'm in kindergarten.
Please.
Would you rather?
If you repeat the question again, Nick, would you repeat it again? I'm gonna hit you. Right? I'm gonna reach across this table, break your glasses.
Would you rather have bacon?
If you say it,
Limited bacon, but no games, or unlimited games, but no games.
Do you mean, hold on, do you mean to
I
say
would rather
unlimited
get
games
the
but
last
no
10
bacon?
minutes
No,
of my life
unlimited
back.
games, but no games.
That doesn't make any sense. You can't have both.
You can't win.
You could have all the games. You could have all the games, but no games.
But I have no games.
Or bacon.
If you okay,
Unlimited bacon, but no games. What is up, movie lovers, and welcome back to the Pass the Popcorn podcast, the only show where the takes are hot, the popcorn is fresh, and we spoil things because this is a movie podcast.
yeah, we talk about it.
I'm your host, Nick, here with my co-host, Rob.
What's up? It's good to see you guys. Love being a part of this podcast. Don't love certain questions I get asked. Really odd, frustratingly angry questions that I receive that make me want to choke you out. I mean, they're just the worst.
And we are so incredibly excited that you're here with us today. Whether you're a casual moviegoer or a diehard cinephile, this is the show for you. So we're going to break down the shots and talk about
Yeah, we're going to talk about a movie called Game Night.
Talk about a comedy from 2018. Grab your seats. Make sure you have your snacks. The show starts right now.
Hey, so we're going to talk about a movie by the name of Game Night, a movie made by John Francis Daley, Jonathan Goldstein were a couple of the writers and directors of it. Mm-hmm. This is a genuinely funny movie. You know, it's not funny. That question we had to be asked at the beginning of the episode. That was the worst question in the history of mankind. But this movie was funny. It was really, really funny.
Good movie.
And we watched it last night again, although I've seen this movie a couple of times. Great movie.
Oh.
For those who don't know and you're new to the podcast, we don't always ask weird questions like that at the beginning. That's just something Nick wanted to do.
Talk about games.
We talk about games.
Unlimited
Or no
games.
games. And bacon. Or no
Bacon.
games. No, we don't talk about that. What we do is we spin the wheel each week, And the wheel, you want to explain to him what the wheel is?
So we have over 200 something movies on this wheel right here. If I can find my mouse. On this wheel, and at the end of each episode, we spin said wheel to find out which movie we're going to watch and talk about in our next week's episode.
And while they may be movies that are technically from our collections, because Nick and I are both movie collectors, this doesn't mean that we've necessarily even seen all of them. So there's some of these. I mean, I've seen majority of all of these movies. But there's a few you haven't seen.
Yeah, there's a few I haven't seen. There's a few you haven't seen. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
So last week, we spun the wheel. We landed on Game Night, starring Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams,
Jesse Plemons. The best character in the entire movie. But before we get into it, this is going to be our last episode for one of our co-producers here. Show him the thumb.
There he is.
Oh my gosh! Hey, don't you have a little something special for that thumb?
I do. I have a little mug here. Keaton, if you want to click it to me real quick. This mug was gifted to me when I left for college to Arizona, and since Keaton is leaving, it only feels right to pass it on to him. It says, "Rude."
Are you re-gifting?
It's not a re-gift. It's a more of a pass on. And as I told Andrew before, I want this to be a thing where maybe you have somebody in Texas who ends up moving away, and you can continue to pass on this mug.
Yes.
It's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants.
Yeah.
The sisterhood or the brotherhood of the traveling coffee mug.
So this mug says, "Rude that you're leaving, but okay."
Yeah. It's apropos. Okay, hand it to the thumb.
Rude that you're leaving, but okay.
Oh, what a shot. Oh, man.
Thank you, Nick. Appreciate
Gonna
it.
miss you. Gonna miss you.
Gonna miss you too.
Yeah, we're going to miss you, dude. Seriously, we're going to miss you. But we're going to be in touch.
Yeah.
We're going to be in touch. And hopefully you listen to the podcast. Just skip past the intro of this week. And our other co-producer in the back right there, let him know you're here, Ponson. Ooh, what a great smile. My gosh. So ethnic. So diverse.
Is that a birthmark?
It's
Okay.
so ethnic, so diverse.
My great grandma who was born in Haiti.
Oh my gosh, yes. Beautiful. I bet you it means something really powerful. Yeah, we don't want to know. Anyways, we're going to get into game night tonight, and we're going to talk about this movie. And then at the end, we're going to do because this was a really popular segment, we're going to do another ranking. Because ranking is what we're going to rank games. We're going to rank
Unlimited games.
No, if you say it again, I'm going to kick you off of this podcast. You will officially be that I will cancel Keaton's plans, and you will be going to Texas now. All right, let's get into the episode tonight.
Yes.
So we are talking about Game Night, the
Yes.
John Francis Daley. This is the guy who also made Vacation, and Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. If you have not seen Dungeons & Dragons, it's great. Have you guys seen Dungeons & Dragons?
It's a solid movie.
Yes, you saw it with me at the theater. Remember we went and saw that one?
Adorable.
Yeah, and we got Taylor to go see it with us.
Taylor went and watched this? I mean, he's also promoting Pokemon. So.
Yes, yeah.
It was Colorado. It was when we.
It was in Colorado.
Yeah.
And Taylor ate so much popcorn that he literally was going to throw up. It was great. Great day. Fantastic day.
Bring back that, Taylor.
Yeah, come on. We're doing that. We're doing that again. It's going to happen on this next go round. But we go see this movie. It's made by those guys. He's got another movie coming up later this year, maybe next year, called Mayday with Ryan Reynolds in it. So I like him as a director. You might, for you TV watchers, you might recognize him as, what is his name? Sweets from Bones, from the TV show Bones. He is the FBI or whatever guy from Bones. He's on there, John Francis Daley. And he was also a little kid in the show Freaks and Geeks.
Nice.
So he's been around in the industry for a little bit. Big respect for John Francis Daley. This is a really cool movie.
It is a cool movie. It's fun. There's some interesting cinematography and shot choices in this, which you just I completely forgot that they were in there until we were watching it again.
They make everything, the segments honestly look like you're looking at a board game. But
yeah, they use that same film technique we talked about in Barbie, where they where it's makes them look small and miniature. And
what was that called again?
I think like a tilt shift.
Yeah, tilt shift. Yeah, they do this tilt shift, and it makes it look like it's board game pieces, and then all of a sudden they switch from tilt shift into the shot.
That's cool.
And it's really cool how they
really
do it.
well done.
Yeah, it's really well
Really
done.
well done.
And they've got some cool special effects shots that kind of meld in. It's very curated and nicely, but there's just a lot of little touches. But again, Dungeons and Dragons, is that one on our list? Dungeons and Dragons?
It is, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a great one. I would love to react to that one. But let's start it up. The main character of the movie is
Jason Bateman. He's playing a guy named Max.
yes.
And Rachel McAdams is playing a girl named Annie. When we start the movie, they're at a bar trivia night where both of their teams are going neck and neck. And Jason Bateman starts off, and they're answering questions before the guy can even finish asking it. They're the only people getting right questions. And he does something funny. He goes to the bar and he goes, "All right, I need 6 shots of vodka." He goes, "Make 3 of those water. Take the vodka to another table
for the other table."
So it messes them up because he's very competitive. Rachel McAdams is very competitive, and they end up noticing each other when the question is, what is the name of the purple Teletubby?
Yes.
And
Tinky Winky.
It's Tinky Winky.
It's Tinky Winky, yes. And last night, as we were watching it, was I not answering all of those questions
you were answering
in
all
real
those
time?
questions.
Boom, right
To
there.
be fair, he'd seen the movie before, so
not just because. I want to be very, very clear here. Out of everyone I know, I am the trivia king. I am the trivia king.
How do you feel about that, Andrew?
It's true.
That you both looked at me.
It's true.
Well, I mean, I like to think when it comes to certain things. Certain things, I feel like I can kind of hold my own, but Rob is on another level.
I'm the trivia king, and I am the trivia king amongst our group, amongst my group. I am. It is.
I think sometime soon you guys should have a trivia battle of you three.
I would
I'd love to
love-
do that as a midweek episode. I've actually thought about.
I
doing
think we
that as
should
a midweek
absolutely
episode.
do that as a midweek episode, and I would love. It would make me
When it comes to movie trivia,
so happy to be proven wrong. I would truly love that. But I would love all kinds of trivia, not just movie trivia, music trivia, every bit of trivia. Get it all in there. So
So
let's do that.
they end up falling in love, and we see a montage of them at different game nights where they are just beating down their opposition and winning, and then we see they're playing charades, and he charades, "Will you marry me?" She says yes.
Yes.
Then we fast forward. I think it's a few years or a few months after their wedding.
Yeah, well, and their whole chemistry is built on this whole concept of them one-upping each other, everything. Like they are just incredibly competitive, and they like it. It's, sometimes you see in like movies opposites attract. These two are not that.
They're
at all.
pretty much the same. And they did a really good job. They had really good chemistry. I really enjoyed Jason Bateman in almost everything.
Oh yeah.
And I really enjoyed Rachel McAdams. So it was getting
Rachel,
both of them to
Rachel
come together was
McAdams,
great.
way more physical comedy in this movie than a lot of her movies.
That was great.
And honestly, like she's great. She's really, really good in this. I think she's one of those. I really want to go see Send Help.
I want to see Sent Help a lot.
Yeah, really want to see. So ultimately, the lead up to all this stuff is going to be that they're going to be doing this party because his brother Brooks
is coming in. So before that, they go to a fertility clinic because they're trying to get pregnant.
Set up the setup.
They're trying to get pregnant, and this is also where the comedy just starts fast.
Yeah.
Is they're sitting there and they're like, well, maybe it's because of this competition you have with your brother coming into town. And Rachel McAdams just constantly keeps saying how much better his brother is than him. And the doctor is just like, yeah, you have his number? I'd really like to meet him.
The doctor asks for his number, and the doctor starts just like talking about how her husband left her. I mean, completely inappropriate. And you're there as Jason Bateman
He's like,
going,
are you a therapist?
yeah, this is completely inappropriate. But I was telling you, when the movie was like almost completely over, I was like, holy crap. This movie moves so fast.
It does move fast. It's only an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, but even that an hour and 40 moves so quick. It is so much fun. It keeps moving. They go from there, and the whole point is that one of them or both of them, they want to start a family. You're going to find out more about it in a little bit. They want to start a family, but they find out the reason why he is having low motility issues or whatever in regards to his.
He feels emasculated by his brother.
Yeah, because he feels emasculated by his brother, who's played by Kyle Chandler.
Who's playing Hal Jordan in The Lanterns.
Kyle Chandler from
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights. Kyle Chandler was in the new movie The Rip. He's great. Kyle Chandler.
great.
And he's a stud in this movie, and he's great.
He's funny.
But the setup, this is the best thing in the entire thing.
Is
the neighbor.
Yeah, they're pulling up to their house, and their neighbor, played by Jesse Plemons, was married to somebody they were friends with, and who would always come to game nights, but then they ended up getting Gary. They ended up getting divorced, and so they stopped inviting Gary because none of them like Gary.
Yeah, they liked Debbie.
They liked
his
Debbie.
ex-wife, and they don't like Gary. And Gary is unsettlingly calm, and he has this dog by the name of
Bastion.
And he carries the dog, and he is always in his policeman uniform, and he's incredibly calm, and he can tell that they are trying to leave him out of a game night.
He's like, oh, any plans for the evening? Any
Yes.
game nights? And they go, nope, just hanging out, just grocery shopping because they have a grocery bags. And there's like, he goes, 3 bags of Tostitos scoops. Yeah, it was a 3-for-1 deal.
Yes. And then he says, my favorite line in the whole movie, 3 for 1? How can that be profitable for Frito-Lay? Like, it's like...
How can that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay?
And it's just his delivery. How can that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay? And then later on in the credits, that shows up again later, all these little like Easter eggs from the movie, and he called Frito-Lay at some point and was all like, lies. He wrote it on a
do you
piece
do a
of paper.
3-for-1 promotion?
It's absolute lies. And he is so good. I mean, Jesse Plemons, if you're not aware who he is, you're living under a rock. He was in
Breaking
Begonia.
Bad.
He was in Breaking Bad.
He was the most unhinged character in Breaking Bad.
Oh my gosh, he's incredible character in the USS McAllister. Yes, great episode, and they did a rehash of that later on in part 2, in the latest season that they just did, which was really good as well. Not as good as the original USS McAllister, which is really great, but he's a fantastic actor, married to Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I found that out the other day. Didn't know that.
Yeah, and he was in a movie called Way of the Dog. He's been in a ton of stuff. Really talented, and he is going to be in the new Hunger Games movie later this year.
Nice.
He'll be playing who Philip Seymour Hoffman played, a younger version of Plutarch Heavensby.
Nice.
Nice. Great pick.
Good pick. Jesse Plemons is really good, especially in this. His like you said, his delivery is just so dry and so.
He steals every single. You remember watching Ant-Man? Mm-hmm. Who steals every scene in Ant-Man? Luis. Gary.
Oh,
same.
I got my mom got deported. And my dog died.
Yes, exactly. Like how Luis steals every scene from Paul Rudd. It doesn't matter who he's in. He steals every scene. Gary, same.
Oh, Jesse Plemons.
Maybe even better though. Like that good.
Oh yeah. So they end up having a game night because they are, and they tell their friends they're like sneak in through the front door. Like park up the street, sneak in through the front door, but his friends only hear the sneak in part. So they're getting ready, and it sounds like somebody's breaking in.
Yeah, they're climbing through the windows.
This girl that they don't know comes in, and they're like, do you need help? And she's like, no, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yes.
He goes, we told you to come in through the front door. He goes, you said sneak in. So we didn't want to disturb RoboCop.
Oh, yes. Because his friend, what's the guy friend's name?
Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan?
No, Dan.
So Dan, the friend who always brings around some sort of bimbo character or whatever he's with.
It is Ryan.
It is Ryan. Okay.
It is Ryan.
Ryan, some sort of bimbo character. And then that, what's his name? Winston from New Guy. New Girl. Lamorne Morris. Yes. Lamorne Morris, he comes in and he is married to
Michelle.
Junior high sweetheart.
Yep, his junior high sweetheart.
And they're great. They have great chemistry. All of these couples together, they're coming together for a game night. And but they didn't realize that Brooks is showing up.
They didn't know Brooks was showing up, and Brooks shows up in a
Stingray.
a red Stingray, cherry red Stingray, being loud, and he goes, I told you to park up the street. And Jesse Plemons is just, again, out there on the front porch, still in his cop uniform, watching on. And he goes, oh, hey, what's up with your neighbor? And he goes, oh, we didn't want him to know we're having a game night because we don't like him.
And it's and he's trying to play it up so much that he's like, well, Jason Bateman in classic Jason Bateman. Oh, it's just us. It's just us. There's nobody else here.
3-person game night.
And then his brother's all like, no, I can see everybody. They're in the window right there. Like, it's over the top. It's funny. Jason Bateman plays, there's the whole comedy trope of like your goofy person and your straight person, like the one who just plays the scene straight. And Jason Bateman is classic.
He does a straight man. He's a straight man.
When it comes to the straight man character, he is as good as they come. If you've never watched Arrested Development, go and watch Arrested Development.
There's money in the banana
There's
stand.
money in the banana stand.
There's
Money in the banana stand. Such a great show. But anyways, this leads to the scene and where they're beginning the game night and they're playing and they're doing all the stuff. And why don't you tell them about the setup?
They're
leads the whole
doing a game. It's hard. It's not charades, but it's
Yeah.
one where you're trying to get them to guess the famous person. And
Yes.
and his brother's doing it, and he goes, "Oh hey, story really quick," and they tell a story about Jason Bateman using one of those like strap down bungee cords for an interesting thing.
Yeah, an interesting thing. So it's just kind of setting up like he mocks his brother.
His brother makes fun of him and undermines him and belittles him every chance he gets.
Yeah.
His friends are just laughing at it and they're just having a good old time. And then they do game night. And then when Max goes up to do it, he's so in his head and he's trying to get his wife to guess Ed Norton.
Yes.
And he goes, the only famous actor we met at an airport. And she goes,
He doesn't know how to he doesn't know how to play a trivia game at all. And I love it how he's all the Incredible Hulk, and they're all
Mark Ruffalo, Lou Ferrigno.
They're all
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana, Mark Ruffalo, Lou Ferrigno. They start naming all these people, and he's like, well, the guy from Primal Fear. And me and you were naming the first one I would, if I was going to try to get you to name an actor from a film, and it was Edward Norton. The first film I would have named is American History X. Absolutely, boom. That's
Mine was Incredible Hulk.
yeah. See, that would have been my probably next one is Italian Job because he's so good in that one right there.
But they say Primal Fear, and who did Winston who did Lamar Morris say? He goes
Richard Gere.
He's like Richard Gere.
Richard Gere's not in that.
He's not the Hulk.
He's not the Hulk. That he can't even pick it up. But ultimately, all of this is a setup that they're going to do another game night
at Brooks's house.
And Brooks is
he's set up to be he says he's a financial broker.
Yeah.
He's
a
guy
rich.
who works on like he does investments and everything. That's why he has so rich. And he goes, "Oh, they want me to schmooze people, so I rented this house, and I really want to do a game night." And so,
and he's expecting to be in town more so he can see his brother.
Yeah.
Well, in part of doing this game night, the big setup here ultimately is that he plans a game night for them that is different than anything they've ever experienced. And what it ultimately is, he's hired a company to come in and kidnap somebody, and they're going to kidnap somebody, and then everybody else has to find them, and everybody there's like, oh my gosh, this is great. And Jeffrey Wright
shows up.
Jeffrey Wright walks in, the smallest role of Jeffrey Wright's life, and Jeffrey Wright, who's so good in this, walks in explaining it, and he gives them it's like an escape room.
Yeah, and they're
Like
handing
in
him
your
FBI
house.
dossiers, and Jason Bateman just being sarcastic. He goes, "Oh, the bureau needs us to do this."
Yeah, they need this. You guys can't do this on your own. Like, you need us in the
need
house
us
to do this.
figure this one
Because they're
out.
trying to play it so serious, but he's taking it all as a joke. And then in that moment, all of a sudden, two guys,
burst in the door, not just straight up deck him, punch him, and like they're
Jeffrey
like,
Wright's
"Whoa,"
character,
and they're like, "Oh, this
to
is
the
great."
ground.
Like, this is great. And then Brooks gets up and he goes, "Hey, I know you guys are method, but you guys can't break it." And they just start beating him up.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big fight scene, and the funniest thing about this is Brooks is fighting these two guys. And the two guys say nothing to the people sitting at the couch, but are sitting there, and they just keep fighting this. And all the people are sitting there, and they go, "Oh, get in on this cheese."
they're
This
just
is
eating
great."
cheese and crackers
They're
at the
just
table,
watching this happen.
watching Brooks get the living crap beat out of him around his house. And they're like, oh, man, these guys are playing it up.
You guys
Like,
are
this
doing
is
a really good job. Oh.
And then they end up kidnapping him. And they have their dossiers and everything else. But because these guys are all such competitive game players, what they want to do is skirt the system.
Yeah, so everybody does. So Max and Annie start tracking Brooks's phone to try to find where he's going.
That's Jason Bateman and Rachel
That's
McAdams.
Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. Ryan and the Irish girl that he brought with her that he works with, they are calling the company to try and figure out if they can get the last clue.
Exactly.
And then Lamorne Morris and his girl.
Yes.
Which prior to this, they were like, "Oh, we got to wait for this to start. We should do a drinking game." And Max is like, "We don't do drinking games." And he goes,
yeah.
"Never have I ever." And they're like, "Had sex with a celebrity." And one girl drinks, and he goes, because it's Lamorne Morris, and they've been together since middle school.
It is a joke they'll come back to that he is just going to prod her over and over because he's
naming
been with
famous people.
He's naming famous people like crazy, and he ends up naming the famous person at one point. And because they've been together since middle school, and now they've been married for how many years? A long time.
They got married at 19.
Yeah, got married at 19, been married a long time, and ultimately, like, they have never been with anyone else, and it's kind of coming to the surface that she's been with somebody else. At the same time, Ryan, his date on this one is not like the rest of the bimbos that he's been with.
She's smart.
She's incredibly smart. She came to play. Like, she's competitive. She's tough. She's really, really good. So that's the setup of the couples. And then where the movie goes from there is it splits those three couples up, and now it's them trying to figure out the game night.
Lamorne Morris's character, they're trying to do it legit. The other two are trying to cheat. And it comes where they find his car, or they find out where he was at, and it's in this shady bar. And they go in.
Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams.
Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams go in, and he goes, "Oh, look at this bartender. He's an actor. He's full of it. Let me ask him to make a drink."
He asked him to make a Harvey Wallbanger.
And he brings
Because
it, and he goes, "Oh, did you get it right?" Or no, his wife goes, ask him something only a real bartender would know. She goes, "Let me get a vodka tonic."
And he looks at her like, "What?"
He goes, "Oh, thanks, you nailed it, honey.
And
Give me a Harvey Wallbanger."
I love it when he brings the drink, the Harvey Wallbanger, and she goes, "Does it taste like one?" And he goes, "I've never had one
one of these
before. I have no
before." He
idea."
goes, "This is
But
really good."
He goes, "This is really good though." Like, it's just so.
And then they see Brooks tied up, and so Brooks at one point took a gun off of his leg, and they picked it up thinking it was fake. And then Rachel McAdams just starts waving this gun around, telling all these people, she's like, "Get on the ground.
Yes.
Everybody get on the ground." And they're like, put your head down and your hands up." And they go, "How am I supposed to do that?"
And then she's starting to show them, she's talking to all of the guys who were part of the kidnapping crew. She has no idea that it's being revealed at this time that those guys are actual real kidnappers. And they are felons
Because
and
Jeffrey
bad
Wright
people.
woke up and was like, "They're not a part of this." And at the same time, Ryan and his girl are finding out from the company that they're like, "What? No, this isn't supposed to be happening. What's going on?" But Rachel McAdams is waving this revolver around, telling them, she's like, "Do this child pose. You feel it in your back."
It's part of why it is such a good movie is because all the setups are kind of leading you back to the main thing, and everything is just constantly moving really, really quickly, which makes for a very, very fun movie-going experience. And so ultimately that scene where Rachel McAdams starts having all the criminals do child's pose. And I love how Jason Bateman is holding the gun.
He's like,
instead of like holding a gun like this or whatever like this, he's holding the gun in the side of his hand with his full hand like this.
He goes, "Don't make me use this."
And he's like, "Don't make me use this thing, guys." Like, just waving around. Because it's totally a joke to them.
They think it's all fake. They end up going to where Brooks is, and they go, "Okay, we got the keys. All right, Brooks, we find you." And Brooks is telling them, this is real. This is not part of the game. And he's freaking out, and he goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Yeah, and this gun's real too." And Rachel McAdams shoots it.
It ricochets.
Destroys a light. She then drops the gun. The bullet flies off and hits Jason Bateman in the arm. And he goes, "Blood?" He starts freaking out. And then at the same time, people are trying to break in now to get him. And this is where it starts to really it's already going fast. It starts to ramp up at this point.
Really moving really, really quick at this point. But ultimately you're starting to see, so they realize that all of a sudden now it's gotten really, really bad. These guys are trying to ultimately find them because they want to track them down and find Brooks and them. But Brooks, what's happening here is they find out that Brooks has stolen this,
because he actually works for the black market.
Yes,
of
black market
dealing
dealers.
in deals and stuff. And he goes, "Oh hey, I got this Fabergé egg for somebody called the Bulgarian." But then there was this other guy called Morgan. It wasn't
Moreland.
Moreland Freeman or something.
Yeah, Moreland Freeman or something like
Moreland
that.
Freeman,
Really bad.
And he goes, he said he'd pay double, so I figured I'd just sell it, get double the money.
So a couple of the setups that happen here is with one scene that's great that has Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman in it, where they're dealing with his arm wound. Great scene. Great scene. Because
Brooks told them not to go to the police because he would die if they did. And so we can't go to the hospital.
So they're looking it up on YouTube, what to do, how to treat the wound.
He goes, "Oh, my phone went to sleep." He goes, "You got to tell them not to do that." She goes, "What?" He goes, "I'm just not afraid of my phone." You got to go into the settings and just change the settings. She goes, "I'll just touch it every once in a while with my phone."
With my nose.
With my nose.
She does this thing where she's trying to actually touch the phone with her nose.
Well, hey,
they didn't move up.
They didn't have any rubbing alcohol or hard liquor, but I got you a nice Chardonnay.
She got a nice shard, and so she's pouring Chardonnay on it. But ultimately, she goes in.
Oh yeah, you got to just do a nice little cut.
You, as the audience, can see there's an exit wound out
you
the
can
other
see
side.
that there's an exit wound.
They don't realize.
And she goes to cut his arm, and he goes, "Okay, just a nice little cut." And then she keeps going, and he spits a dog toy out at her and goes, "That's not small."
It's like a 2-inch cut in the arm. It's so huge. And then she starts digging in there, and she's all,
What is that?
What is that?
He goes, that's bone.
And they realize they're hitting bone, and then he turns his arm over. He's like, "Oh,
That's an exit
yeah."
wound.
It's just, it's really funny how they play the
And they
scene out.
have one shot like in this where you just hear them all like they're like they're about to throw up, and you just see a woman walk past. Totally unnecessary
Yeah.
insert shot, but it added so much because just a
great.
woman walks by and goes, "What?" and then continues walking.
It was great. Then ultimately, I mean, there's some things that happen.
They decide they need a police computer,
Yes,
and they go, "We know where we could get a police computer."
Gary's house.
They're like, "We got to go talk to." They're like, Gary. He goes, "I thought you were having dinner at your brother's house." He goes,
my gosh.
No, what? No, we never said that.
And again,
Jason
every
Bateman's
scene
delivery.
that Gary is in is so great because Gary is here in the house. They are like, let us in. And it's so great.
Oh,
'cause
making lamb shanks.
yeah, he's making lamb
Debbie's
shanks,
recipe.
Debbie's recipe. And he stands in the door and to invite them in, but it's all like black behind him. You can't see anything. And it's like Homer Simpson with the bush, and he's all like, "Come on in." He's holding his dog
like, this
Bastion,
is-
his
this-
white dog.
I've been
And he
praying.
just
I've been waiting for a night.
Backing up like this into the darkness, and everybody's all,
I've been waiting for a night like this. Do we follow him?
"Do we follow him? Do we go inside?" He is so good. He's worth watching the movie just for him.
Oh, one of the lines before they go in.
Oh, gosh, it's so good.
Kylie Burnberry, the one who's with Lamorne, goes, "Oh no, we hated Debbie. She was the worst. You were our favorite." And he goes, "I thank you very much to not besmirch the
Yeah.
name of my ex-wife. That woman's an angel."
Because they're trying to set up that he very much loves his ex-wife, and he hates that it all went down. Ultimately, this leads to going into the house.
They're playing Jenga.
They're
He makes
now,
popped corn with sea salt.
before they go in here, have we had the Lamorne and his wife?
Not yet.
They haven't figured it out.
Not yet.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
They figure that out at the later.
Oh, late at the
with the
party.
egg. With the egg.
With the egg. Okay.
So they go in, and he's sitting. It's like just stitched up his arm. They see Jesse Plemons' character make popcorn, and he said he steals every scene. He walks in, and he slams it on him. He goes, "Popped corn with sea salt."
would you like some popped corn with sea
It
salt?
drops it
Yeah.
on him, and he freaks. He goes, "Oh, how did you know what I wanted?
Yeah.
This is great." And they're playing Jenga. He goes, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it's right down the hall next to my bedroom."
My bedroom. Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, he's got major sad boy vibes. I don't know anybody else like that. And
And he goes and he
so shady.
he goes. So Jason Bateman ends up
Completely ignored.
going into Jesse Plemons' into Gary's bedroom to use his computer. And while he's doing that, his dog Bastion comes in, who's his white little dog.
Yes.
And he's using the computer. He sees a shrine to Debbie, but he's bleeding from his arm,
dripping blood from his arm all over this white dog.
all over this white dog. And then he goes, "Oh, it looks so bad." And he tries to get water, and he tries to clean off the dog and everything. And it's just a dog sprays blood everywhere. And then he's just, you know what? Forget this. He has the information he needs.
What he means by the dog sprays blood everywhere is the dog shakes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shakes.
I felt like we needed. We're getting
Shakes.
some looks over here from the guys. They're like,
Shakes.
"What?"
Shakes.
He shakes off
Shakes blood.
and shakes the blood all over the room. And they don't really it'll get addressed later on, but he leaves. And what he ultimately did is he was able to get the information he needed off the police
Of
computer.
where of Morgan Wallen or Morgan
Not Morgan Wallen. Moreland Freeman.
Moreland Freeman.
I had some help.
Moreland Freeman was, and he couldn't find anything about the Bulgarian,
Yes.
but we just saw what he had done. He goes, "Oh, Brooks, what'd you get yourself into?" And it's like human trafficking, drug trafficking,
Oh, yeah.
weapons, murder.
You don't know what he looks like. You know that ultimately,
Is played by Danny Houston.
Danny Houston is
from like X-Men Origins, Wonder Woman.
yeah. He played the guy who made Wolverine
who played the guy
in
who
X-Men
made
Origins.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Stryker.
Stryker.
He plays old Stryker in.
And in Wonder Woman, he's the.
Yes.
He's the one that she thinks is Ares,
Yes.
but is not actually.
But it's not actually Ares.
But he does. So
He's a
yeah.
pretty good actor.
So they end up they walk in. He goes, "Oh, it's your turn," or somebody's taking forever to
Yes.
do their turn. And Ryan goes, "Oh my gosh, just pick a piece." And they go, "No. Take your
Yes.
time." He goes, "Okay, my bad." And then he comes in. He goes, "It's your turn, Max," and he just knocks over the.
He just
Jenga
knocks over the whole
tower.
Jenga game. And then they leave, which ultimately sets up that what they're going to go is they're going to go to Danny Houston's house. and they
get
are
the
going
Fabergé
to
egg.
steal this Fabergé egg. Now, another joke that's been set up constantly in this,
because comedy comes in threes. He's brought it up twice.
yes, is Ryan keeps talking about this concept
From a
that-
BuzzFeed article.
Yeah, from a BuzzFeed article, and everybody makes fun of him that he reads BuzzFeed like it's
You
news.
can't believe
which
everything you read
I
online.
totally agree. If you read BuzzFeed like it's actual news, I judge you immensely. It is the worst form of news on the planet. It's terrible. And if you hate me for saying that, I bring it. Bring it. I hate BuzzFeed. It's terrible. But he reads it, and it's hilarious. He's hilarious. What it is there's fight clubs happening in rich people's basements.
Rich people fight clubs where they take poor people and pay them to fight.
Yeah. So they go to Danny Houston's house, and when
Which
they go to the basement...
They get into this house so incredibly easily.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny because, like,
They
like,
walk in the front
They're
door.
like, all right, how can we get in? And then a Lambo leaves and he goes, go, drive. And they drive in. They walk in through the front door. Nobody's stopping them. And they go, where is everybody? What's going on? And then they hear noise. And they go downstairs.
Of course nobody's watching them. They're all in the basement watching the Fight Club. Yes.
And Ryan's just like, it's a fight club. I knew they existed.
It's real.
It's
I knew it
real.
existed. Then the three couples all split up while Ryan stays in the basement where the
He's
Fight
like,
Club
I got
is.
a real good feeling about that. He's like about Logan.
Yes, one of the guys that is fighting.
Which is funny because
Logan.
Danny Houston, Logan, Wolverine. I just
Yeah,
thought
I bet
that's
you
just-
that was on purpose.
It's just so funny.
And so then Lamorne and his wife. So this is all this scene is going to end up unpacking a few different.
Yeah,
things.
because she's like, why do you care so much? And he goes, because I'm just racking my brain. He goes, yeah, I did something with a girl while we were on a break. He goes, so you had every right to, but it
Yeah.
goes, well, if it didn't mean anything, why not just tell me?
Yes.
And she goes, all right, it was Denzel Washington. He goes, it was Denzel.
Okay,
I
hold on.
have his picture right
You
here.
have it pulled up?
Well, it's on his. It's the only thing from his IMDb.
Oh yeah. Okay, bring it up. Bring it up on the computer. Can you bring it up on here?
Yeah, give me a second.
Here, you got to show this. So she says she slept with Denzel. She ends up telling the story about how she met Denzel at a gas station. She goes to a bar with him. She never really asked his name. She just knew what he looked like. And then she ends up showing this picture, to Lamorne Morris, her husband.
Oh gosh, where is it?
It's down here. Right there.
I don't know how well that's coming across.
Can you see it?
It's rough.
A little bit.
Yeah, this guy right here.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Can you tell that's Denzel Washington?
It's just a very dark,
It's just a very dark screen.
but he's got a massive forehead,
big nose,
and it's
like,
a big
It looks like he has Denzel Washington features.
esque, but he does not look anything like.
Is that better? Can you guys see that one better now? Like here, I'll turn it towards my camera,
Yeah, there you go.
And then the other
and then Rob.
Get all
Rob's
the
camera.
angles.
Oh.
Yeah, little.
I think I unplugged the HDMI cord
Oh,
from
okay.
the TV.
Well, you get that worked out while I'm explaining. Ultimately, he tells her, "Do you know that's not Denzel Washington, right?"
When they show us, when we first see it, they kind of like digitally alter his face a little bit to make him look a little bit.
Yeah.
But then like for the story, like as she's telling the story,
But he still doesn't.
it doesn't look like him, but they did something to him to make him look just a little bit more. And she goes, okay. She goes, yeah, I met him at the gas station. He made a joke about premium gas being the same as regular gas.
Yeah.
Then we went to the club. Then he took me back to his place. And that was it. And then he's like, this is actually Denzel.
This is what's great is how Lamorne Morris unpacks it for her to get her to understand. One, the picture looks nothing like Denzel. Two, he's all, you met him at a gas station. Three,
What car was he driving?
what car was he driving?
BMW.
A BMW?
3
What?
Series?
3 Series?
He goes,
No. Okay, not 3 Series. And then he's all, where did he live? Well, he had a 2-bedroom condo.
And she goes, and she shows him she shows him the picture. He goes, honey, that's not Denzel. She goes, what are you talking about? Of course that's Denzel. And then she's like, well, what did he say his name was? She goes, oh, he started to say his name, and I went, I already know who you are.
Yes.
Like, I already know your name.
Well, and then that joke kind of gets dropped. They don't really bring it up again, other than Lamorne Morris just keeps making Denzel impressions
he's
the
like,
entire
if you
movie.
wanted the
Which-
real Denzel, he's right here.
he's right here. Like he
he
does.
ain't got on me.
Yes, exactly. He does some good ones. So ultimately, there's that one, and then
Annie and Max Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman have a discussion where he uses a very poor analogy of, he's like, you know, when we would used to go to the arcade and we play Pac-Man and we'd get higher than anybody else. Why? Because we'd only eat the pellets. We'd never get to the fruit.
never go to the fruit.
He goes, well,
never eat
now,
the fruit.
he's like, if we have a baby, that's like us going for the fruit. And we're not going to reach our high potential. And she's like, you just want to be like your brother? Like, you think having a baby is going to settle us down and make it so we can't be as good as we want to be?
Yeah.
And she goes, that's a terrible analogy.
Yeah.
That's an awful analogy.
But all it's really ultimately setting up is the fact that he is really has a hesitance towards having a kid because it's going to slow their life down. And maybe he's starting to realize that he wants to be more like Brooks than anything else. And she's starting to realize that maybe the two of them are not on the same page.
Which I
And that's
will
it.
say, when it comes to this, there was never a point where you're like, oh gosh, they're gonna do the thing where like there's gonna be one of those moments where he says something and then they're like not together, or there's gonna be some. No, they talk through the things and like they work through their stuff and they actually have like conversations about.
Well, and here's what I think the director understands very well about the writing. This is not why you're watching this movie. These are all setups. It doesn't really matter in the end. These are just setups. So these are making the story a little more interesting, but they're not changing anything.
Where you have other movies where they would set that up and it would become a big plot point for some reason.
Yes.
This one, it's more just, hey,
No.
we're setting stuff up to make these points.
Which leads to back downstairs where Ryan and his Irish girlfriend, do you know what her name is?
She's played by Sharon Horgan, and her name is Sarah.
Sarah. They're downstairs, and he sees someone open a safe where they're putting money in, and there in the safe is this big
Fabergé
red
egg.
Fabergé egg. And if you know anything about Fabergé egg, if you look them up, Fabergé eggs are immensely expensive. They're incredibly rare. They're incredibly delicate.
Pointless rich people stuff is what they are.
It's ultimately what it was meant
It's
to
a
be.
freaking ceramic egg.
Oh yeah.
Go get one from Hobby Lobby.
But but it's what a real Fabergé egg though.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's rich people. Like if you're like, hey, this is a real Fabergé egg, you're a pretentious rich person who's like, I just wanted to spend money on stuff.
My gosh, they're incredibly they're all handmade.
They look. Don't get me wrong. It looks nice.
Incredibly beautiful. But who's going to spend money on that?
Who's gonna buy a Fabergé egg? Andrew, are you buying a Fabergé egg? If you had that kind of money, you buying a Fabergé egg?
I shall not.
Yeah. Okay. I shall not.
But they
he
have
says.
been the MacGuffin of multiple movies.
Risky business.
Yeah,
and
it's great. Like it's Bond movies. They do use Fabergé eggs are just kind of like
leads into the funny thing
sounds
with
in a
it
bridge.
later. So Ryan, he's like, oh, everybody's watching the fight. They're not going to be paying attention to me. And he ends up grabbing the egg. And then one of the guys knocks out Logan. And he's standing there. And Danny Houston goes like, who are you? And he goes, you don't know me? I'm the CEO of Cyberdyne.
Cyberdyne, Terminator.
He's like, I'm the CEO of Cyberdyne. And he goes, anybody know who this guy is? And he goes, hey. Or he goes, what is he? He's like, beat him up. And he goes, wait, everybody stop for a second.
And then he just takes
And
off.
it runs.
And it's so hilarious because it feels like a game of Clue almost or something as they're running through this house.
Freaking massive house.
This massive house. They're running through these hallways and they're throwing this Fabergé egg back and forth to catch it, to keep them away from it. Ultimately, all that's very funny and everything ensues, but ultimately leads them to escaping, where they were able to get in their van and leave. And
They have to go to a bridge.
and they've got to go to this bridge where
we
they're
can't
going to
see-
have to give the Fabergé egg to the kidnappers.
To the kidnappers who they believe is the Bulgarian.
Yes.
And they're driving and they're like, oh, we can't find 4th Street. And they go, there it is. Lamorne slams on his
They
brake.
stop the
and
car,
egg
and the
flies.
Fabergé egg shatters in the front window. And you're sitting there, and it just flies out of his hand, and you're just sitting there going, "Oh my gosh!" Everything. But what they find,
And one of
in
them is
it-
like, hey, these rhinestones are fake. And he goes, this sticker says made in China. And Brian goes, maybe it was just the sticker that was made
yeah,
in China.
and they found a WITSEC list in it.
Witness Protection Program list, which they don't know what that is yet. They just think it's a list of names.
Yes.
And then they get out and they go see him and they go, hey, we brought the egg. It broke.
Yes.
And we only have the list now. And
But like, here's what's great: is the guys that are there, the felons are. It doesn't seem like they care about the list or anything else.
Yeah.
Like it's just about this trade-off, and like you're still very, very much invested in this point. It comes to this point, and all of a sudden, those guys are doing that. But what they're going to do is they're going to make them lay down on the ground, and they're going to
kill them all.
kill them all. And then all of a sudden, you know who shows up out of nowhere?
Well, before that,
hold on. Yes.
Brooks ends up telling Max, he's like, hey, I messed this all up.
Yeah.
I'm the screw up. I've wanted your life. Like, you have a great wife. You have a great house, great friends. You have fun. And he goes, oh, he's like, then why'd you come and try to like flex my dream car? And he goes, oh, this whole game night was to give it to you. He goes, check your jacket pocket, because we find earlier they say the last clue is check.
He was
going
to
give
him the.
He was going to give him the stingray. And so he's like, all right, he's here. Should we take them all out? You want us to kill everybody?
Oh yeah.
And then Gary pulls up.
Gary pulls up out of nowhere to save them. He jumps over his car, slides across the hood of the car, runs over, takes out the guys. That are the felons. He takes them out. They're down the ground.
Besides the blood-soaked marital shrine and my blood-covered dog and your late night game night.
He explains to them that. He explains to them how he figured everything out. He's laying there. He gets shot in the chest, and he's laying there in the side by the car, blood pouring out of his mouth.
Like, you're going to live, Gary. He goes, somebody take care of Bastion. He goes, you're going to take care of Bastion.
And he'll never not get invited to a game night.
Like, you're coming to all of them. You're coming to all of them. He goes, don't you ever exclude me again.
And then you find out at that
spits out
point,
a blood capsule.
The great twist that Gary had set up that entire thing that you did not see coming.
The entire kidnapping of Brooks, he set up.
Yes.
Was by Gary, and he goes, oh, I planned this out, and he goes, I thought it was so much fun.
Virtually the entire killing.
Virtually the entire. He's like, hey, this is he said, what? All this stuff with the Bulgarian and what's his name? Marlon Freeman. He goes, you say, he goes, what? He's
what?
like, stop messing with this. He goes, I'm not fudging with you. What are you? And then he gets shot again.
He gets shot in the back.
And he's like, Max is like, you're just playing around with us again? And then he sticks his finger in the wound, and Gary goes,
because the truth is, while he set up for the felons that were there that took Brooks were a setup. The whole Marlon Freeman, the Witsec list, and the Bulgarian is all real. All of that is real and really happening. So now, all of a sudden, at that point, the Bulgarian shows up.
Played by Michael C. Hall.
From Dexter.
He
is so good in this, too. I was telling you yesterday, I really want to watch 6 Feet Under. It's a show from HBO from years ago. He was on it, and apparently it's incredible. But, man, Michael C. Hall is so good.
Always playing as like a villain.
Always playing a villain. Really, really good. And he's great in this role, even though it's a very small role.
And Max is like, oh, hey, you're the Bulgarian? He goes, yeah. And he goes, I have your list. I'll just give it to you. And he goes, if you let us all go. And he goes, all right. And then Brooks eats it.
Yes.
He goes, I'm just trying to buy myself time. He goes, we're just going to cut it out of you on the plane. And then they take Brooks. He's like, don't follow me. Don't come after me. And the guy goes, you just want us to leave them? He goes, yeah, they've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just leave them.
Again, all of this stuff in this movie, it's hyper unrealistic. They don't care.
When I thought about this after watching it, it made me think a lot of Central Intelligence.
Yeah, it's a lot like Central Intelligence.
It made me think a lot of Central Intelligence.
Yeah, a lot like I think this is better.
I think this is better than Central Intelligence. That one has some funny stuff that I enjoy just because Rock and Kevin Hart, but this one I think is just an all over better.
So ultimately, all of that is leading to they're going to all have to go and chase down and save Brooks. Are all of them going, or just Jason Bateman?
Just Max and Annie.
Yes.
Because they go, hey, we got to go get him. They're like, we don't have a car because they shot the tires of the squad car and of the minivan. And he goes, yeah, we do. Brooks's place isn't that far. And he goes and gets the Stingray. And they start pulling up, and they because they're trying to take off on a private jet. They figure out where they're going.
Oh, this is such a good scene.
They're chasing him down, and he goes, oh, what if you just wait for me to poop out the list? And he goes, we're not digging through your feces.
We're gonna cut you open.
We're just gonna dig it out of your stomach.
Yeah, and ultimately they at the same time, at the same time, they are driving the Stingray alongside the private jet to try to take it out, and they're like, hey, what are they gonna try to do? They're driving a Stingray, so it's going incredibly fast. They're gonna take out the wheels, and I call this a reference to Vacation. Is because this is a constant Vacation reference thing. But I don't know if it's a reference, but it seems like a reference.
Don't they say Liam Neeson in Taken 3 did
they
this
do
too?
They do. They say this as well. And ultimately what they do is they drive alongside of it, and they drive the car across as if they're going to take out the wheels, but they end up driving completely under the plane and missing all the wheels. Then they come around again, take out the front wheels, and they completely sabotage. I mean, the car's ruined, the plane's ruined, it's on the ground, all this stuff.
And then one of the goons is getting out, and they're trying to get out of the car.
He's chasing after Rachel McAdams.
Well, he first is going after Jason Bateman.
Oh,
Rachel
correct.
McAdams makes like a noise, and he starts going over to him, and he's standing under this one of the conveyor belt things. And Jason Bateman again has to charade to his wife. Like,
they're playing charades, just like
like-
they've been doing in the movie.
The entire movie, he's like, turn the
belt.
belt on. And then when she goes to turn the belt on to drop this box, it just goes so slow. So slow.
It's very Austin Powers when like the roller is moving in Austin Powers. Oh my
And then
gosh.
it like drops, and he looks at her, and she hits him with a fire extinguisher and takes his gun, and he comes over, and Jason Bateman's like, oh, did you get what I was trying to say? He goes, yeah, but wasn't it really cool when I just hit him with a fire extinguisher?
She is, other than Gary, I think she's the second best character in it. She's really, really good. Very, very good in this.
She gives the gun to Jay because she points the gun at his face. She goes, do you want this? And he goes, well, I certainly don't want you to have it.
Yeah. He takes it onto the plane because ultimately he's going to try to go.
in through the top. And she goes, you're not Liam Neeson. That hurts my feelings.
And he's going to go and try to get Brooks. She's out there, and she's also being pursued by another henchman. Or maybe it's that henchman.
The same henchman.
The same henchman gets up and is pursuing her to come after her, which sets up a great scene where the henchman, oh my gosh.
She's like, please
Yeah.
don't shoot me. I have kids at home. And he goes, with that butt? No, you don't.
Yes.
And she goes, thank you.
And she's all, thank you. Like,
And then they end up turning on one of the engines, and the dude gets sucked into it. And she just goes, yes. Oh, no, he died. But also, Jason Bateman jumps in. Before that, he jumps in from the top and makes the stupidest sound in the entire. He just like falls in through the roof. And maybe I just never paid attention at that point before. But when he drops in, he's like,
he makes this horrible sound when he comes in.
And then he's fighting with Michael C. Hall. He's like, okay, like they get Michael C. Hall's about to take him out, and his Rachel McAdams chucks in a fire extinguisher from the top again,
Yes.
knocking him out. She's like, that's how you get the drop on somebody.
Yeah.
And then Jason Bateman ties him up with the bungee cords in the same way that he had been doing it as a child.
Exactly.
And Brooks goes, I give you a bungee cord, huh? And you go right to a pervy place, don't you?
Yes.
Don't you, little bro?
But and I think ultimately this all is going to lead to Rachel McAdams ends up being on the plane. They're gonna got through the situation, and they're having this moment.
Oh, and Brooks goes, he's like, and that's the best game night you've
And
ever
he
had.
realizes the rest of it was all a trick.
And he goes, Trevor, you can get on up. And he's just sitting there knocked out still.
But
He
it
goes-
wasn't.
He goes, wouldn't that be really cool though?
Yes, but it wasn't. That was all very much real. Which fast forwards then
3 months.
to 3 months. And ultimately what that whole scene is to set up is one that
Brooks is under house arrest.
he's under house arrest, but what he
with
did
the doctor.
with the doctor,
With the doctor.
the psychiatrist or the doctor from the beginning of the movie.
Doctor from the beginning of the movie.
She is there and she's dating him, and
He goes, oh yeah, I pooped out that Witsec list and I sold it on the black market for $3 million. And he goes, Brooks, everybody on that list is gonna die. He goes, I'm not a monster. I gave everybody a tip off for
$20,000 a piece. He's a bad person.
And he goes, now I'm gonna buy that house and live there with her. And then the doctor walks out and he goes, hi, Doctor, whatever her name was. And she goes, hey, Brooks. And, it's like, and then they end up playing. They're playing Pictionary.
Yeah.
Where Gary is there. And Gary has drawn a crying boy, and they're all trying to figure out. And he goes, "What is it?" And he goes,
It's the Green Mile. What he had done is he drew a picture of him. What ultimately looked like a guy
Crying.
in a theater seat crying, and everybody's all, "What is that?" And he goes, "It's Green Mile." And they're like, "How's that Green Mile?" He goes, "Well, that's me sitting in a theater watching the Green Mile crying."
And he goes, "How would we have possibly gotten Green Mile from that?" Gary, he goes, "I just figured everybody cried during Green Mile."
I'm telling you, every single scene Jesse Plemons has, he steals that
And
scene.
then Rachel McAdams gets up there to do hers. She draws a bun in the oven, and Jason Bateman goes, "You pregnant?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, oh, okay. And then we come to outside after we find that out, and there's more kidnappers getting ready to break down into Brooks's house.
And that's the end.
And then the credits roll, and the credits are phenomenal for this because it's all of Gary's basement.
It's little Easter eggs.
Showing him planning this out, him practicing jumping over his cop car, little figurines, the message from Frito-Lay that says we don't do 3-for-1 coupons.
Let's save some for him, though, because you go watch this later on. I encourage you to watch it. If you've not seen
the
Game
ending
Night,
of the credits.
It's great. It's great. we won't spoil that one for you. Go see that one. But honestly, Game Night's a great movie. At the end of it, we always rank it. You and I were talking about our rankings. I already have my ranking for this on Letterboxd, and I think I stand by my rating.
I think I stand by mine too.
But what I have for this, I think I currently have this one for our ranking system. We usually do 1 or 0 to 5 kernels. I give it 3.5.
I give it 3.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. It was really funny. Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman's chemistry is great. The comedy, it's fast paced, which you don't always need to have like a fast paced comedy, but this one, it just flows. The flow is so good. The cinematography and the filmmaking of it, and like the different techniques they used were phenomenal. There's like,
I think it's honestly one of the more underrated comedies of the 2010s.
Yeah, it's definitely an underrated comedy. I said at the end of it, I was like, it's a shame we never got a Game Night 2, but like it doesn't need it.
No,
it doesn't need it. But it was so fun. There were so many things, like there's parts where they clearly have like a rig on the outside of a van, and like you're seeing the van from like a third person perspective, like, but not like far away, like you're on like a rig or something, but you're on the car. And
it's really cool how they did some of the shots. But honestly, when on a rewatch, the twist holds up. It holds up. You don't get any. You can't, because the movie is moving so fast. It's kind of like the concept of like a magician, where he is constantly moving things to redirect your attention, so you don't spend too much time focusing on one thing, so that they can kind of redirect and reveal something.
The only thing on rewatch that made me think like, okay, maybe I could have noticed that, obviously, but the reason, like what you're saying, is it plays into it is because they know there's supposed to be kidnappers.
Yeah.
But so like when the kidnappers are taking Brooks, how the kidnappers just leave and are like, don't follow us.
Yeah.
Right? Like they've seen them. Like they've seen who these people are.
Yeah.
So like, but they're like, okay, so that was the only thing in my head, but I'm thinking, well, no, they think they're supposed to be a part of the bit.
No, it explains that. I think it explains that fully in the movie. But yeah, great movie, Game Night. Make sure you check it out. One thing we did on our last week episode, the Frozen episode, that I feel like was one of the best segments we've done in a while, is our ranking system. And I think I'm going to make it a regular part of some of our episodes. We might even do some different kind of rankings. But because we're talking about Game Night tonight, I thought we could rank. Remember, we're doing S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier. Okay? We're going to do games.
Unlimited games.
These are... Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
Nick.
Comedy comes in threes, baby.
Nick, oh, my God. Worst one. Worst ever. So I'm going to name some games, and we're going to rank these games where we believe that these games would be on a ranking list. Okay? So I'll name them, and we'll go from there. We'll start with Twister.
C tier.
D tier.
Twister is a D tier game.
It's a C tier.
Twister is trash.
The reason it's on C tier is you can use the premise of Twister for so many fun like group activity games.
Where are you going with that?
Where like the premise of Twister of spinning a wheel of color and you have to like reach for that color. You can do it in so many different ways.
It's just the problem with Twister is it's only really fun at one point of your life.
Right.
And it's never fun again.
When you're flexible.
But like most of us cannot play it, and most people wouldn't because it's incredibly awkward. But like at a certain point of your life, it's funny. But I think it's one of those games that like it'll always be popular because it will always be popular with a certain age. But if we're talking about games that are popular across all ages, like really, really good,
That's why I say C tier.
D tier. I think it's trash.
My ranking is based on would I ever play this?
Yeah.
D tier.
Yeah. Even when I remember playing it when I was younger, I was all, I hate this game.
I love playing Twister. Twister's so much fun.
Like, would I play this if my daughter asks me to play this? D tier.
Yeah.
Because it's still a no.
Mm-hmm.
If I would never play this on my own, but if my daughter asks me to play and I say, oh, fine, then it's a C tier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Game of Life.
A tier. A tier game. I grew up playing the CD-ROM version of that.
Oh,
at
yeah, I
my
remember the
friend's
CD-ROM
house,
version of that one.
where
Yes.
where you could get married, and then like your kids would just be little bitty versions of the avatar.
I honestly
you
think that the
created.
Game of Life is a C tier game. I think when it comes to board games, there are far better.
Are you
board
talking about
games.
just like the actual game of life or the game of life?
If you do one of these questions
I'm
again,
talking-
it's meant to be paradoxical.
It's not
Board
paradoxical.
game.
I mean, like
We're talking about the board game of
Okay,
life.
okay,
Board
okay.
game
You do?
isn't-
A tier. A
Yeah,
tier.
The board game isn't nearly as good as the CD-ROM. That being said,
Yeah.
I remember moving into my split level house thinking, man, I have a lot of going up to do. Like this is bad because the split level house
Yeah.
in the game of life is like the worst kind of house you can get.
Yes, it is.
It did set up where I was like, okay, if I flipped over this card and I get doctor, I'm set for life.
Okay. Okay. Let's go on that note. Okay. So you're a, what do you put?
See,
C tier.
A tier for me.
C tier. Okay. So, so far you're A tier for both of them?
A and C.
A and C. Okay. Okay. The one that's similar in that world, Monopoly.
S tier game. S tier game.
And Monopoly is an A tier game. Absolutely.
Monopoly is S tier for me because
It could be borderline S tier. The only reason that Monopoly is not S tier is anytime I want to play Monopoly, nobody ever wants to play Monopoly
I always want to play Monopoly
because it's such an investment.
that they actually have since because they did recognize it does take a while. They're like every game of Monopoly now comes with rules to speed it up.
Yes, I do know the sped up version where you go ahead and give people
You
properties.
start out with properties and you start out with more money, and it's completely understandable that that could not get down to A tier. I love the S tier version of saying Monopoly is S tier because there's so many different ways you can play it.
But I know people like in my family who would put this as a D tier game. How could you possibly put Monopoly is the classic of classic board games?
Tiffany, my sister Tiffany, she'd put it at D tier. She doesn't ever want to play with me again because I am shrewd in that game.
Oh well, that brings me to my what it would be your
I would say A tier 2 because it is fun. I wouldn't drop everything to play this game.
yes.
What I like about Monopoly that could potentially bring it to an S tier is the variety, the variance.
Okay.
Because they have all these the licensing versions.
Oh
The
yes.
licensing versions.
I'd probably have a lot of fun if they got a niche that I really
Do you
like.
know they have a Monopoly game that's called Monopoly the Longest Game Ever, where it's like 2 Monopoly boards built into one board. It's like you go around the outside, then you go in, and you go around another Monopoly board before you go out.
The
and around.
Monopoly ATM one's really fun.
I just never that one seemed like the rich people always had that one. It'd be like, hey, we want to play Monopoly? Here's your ATM card.
It was so great. It was fun. We played it with Cameron, and we had fun on that one. But again, it's like Monopoly is a major investment. Okay, speaking of major investment games, let's Risk. Have we played Risk?
B tier.
I've never played
B
this.
tier. B tier game just simply because it is fun when you know somewhat
You've
what
never
you're
played
doing.
Risk?
I've never.
You
played
would love Risk.
You would actually love Risk.
Risk would be
You're
right
the
up
type
your
of
alley.
person. You're the type of person that would be like, hey, I'm not going to attack you. We have an alliance. And then on your next turn, you'd go,
Yeah, you
I'm
would turn on
taking
someone
China
so
from
fast.
you right now.
It's so good. So there's a story in my house where my wife will never play Risk. We played Risk once, and I destroyed her completely, her entire world. To this day, she says it was borderline a divorce for us. That's how mean I was.
Is Risk similar to Settlers of Catan?
Kind of.
Yes, I think Settlers
There's
Catan's
more.
more
It's more
complicated.
bad. Yeah, Risk is more. No, Risk is way more complicated. than
Yeah, no, you're
Settlers.
probably right. Yeah, it's Catan, little less complicated. Risk, more
But there is. It's a strategy game, like
I've played
kind of like
Stratego.
Stratego's good.
It's one where you're trying to conquer and win.
See, I wouldn't like that.
World domination.
You
even know
you
me?
could be Aruba.
Have you played Settlers Catan? Have you played Settlers Catan?
I have played Settlers.
Settlers of? I love Settlers Catan.
What would you put Settlers of Catan?
S.
I think it would be an A tier game for me.
Settlers of Catan. Right now, my only 2 S tiers, Keaton, because you came back into this, is Monopoly and Catan. Those are my only.
I
2
don't have an
tiers.
S tier yet.
I would put Monopoly S as well.
Yeah,
And the reason Catan is an S tier for me, the first time I ever fully played Catan was in college at GCU. It became a thing where we would play all the time, and we to the point where for RRD, as like a going away wedding present, we 3D printed him a Settlers of Middle Earth.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's Lord of the Rings
That's really cool.
Catan, and it's so much fun.
I like to think of it as like the
But there
cones
you
of
go again.
Dunshire.
You're ranking tiering stuff based on your own
Oh,
personal
yes.
experiences.
Oh, I'm sorry. Also, because it's similar as Monopoly, it's another one where you can be shrewd and you can trade and you can be strategic about how you play it in so many different
gosh.
ways.
Jeez, Andrew, just listen to the man.
Someone says my name in
Jeez. What's the next one?
Are you okay today?
What's the next one on
Are
the
you okay
list?
today?
I want my puppy.
Oh my gosh. Get out of here. Get out of here. Apples to apples.
See, apples to apples. If you were to ask me when I was 12 years old, I'd say A. But now that I am an adult and I have another game that is better.
Okay, so apples to apples, Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity.
I mean, not just that. There's a lot of
that
variants.
whole.
using that.
So okay, think of it this way. Okay, let's give credit where credit is due. To apples to apples. It was really the one that established
the random card.
the random card game. And when it comes to that kind of game, I think that's an A tier game. Like across the board, I think that A tier games, like I don't know if it's S tier, but like whether you're playing Cards Against Humanity or you're playing, apples to apples, or you're playing any one of these, it's pretty fun.
It is
a little boring, but it is like it's very accessible. Anybody can play.
Accessible. You can play with you play with any age, and for those that think it's boring, they have the wilder versions.
Apples to apples for me it's one of those ones similar where you said, "Oh, if my daughter asked me," I go, if someone asked me to play apples to apples, if it was not a child family member, I'm saying no. I'm saying, why don't we just play Cards Against Humanity? Why are we playing one where it's like, hey, you step on a crack, or you like it's
yeah, because it's inappropriate.
They have a family. They have Cards Against Humanity Family Edition.
You're getting angry again.
They have
so angry?
better versions of.
Why are you so angry?
But that's why I'm also saying
I have a Marvel version of Apples to Apples that I have never played because I have Cards Against Humanity.
But that's why I'm also.
I know,
saying,
but you don't got to get mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just want to make sure you're okay, bro.
The premise of Apples to Apples, I'll say credit where credit is due. Apples to Apples paved the way for multiple different.
That's why I give it an A.
versions. Yes.
Because it paved the way for all these others. We would not have Cards Against Humanity without Apples to Apples. It paved the way for it. So I'm going to give it an A.
C tier.
Because it's setting up a type of game. Okay. Uno.
S
tier.
S
tier, one of the greatest games ever.
Did you know
and I don't care what version of Uno you're playing, whether you're doing Uno Attack or your regular Uno or you're playing all the different iterations, Spicy Uno, everything, every version of Uno is S.
Does that include the one that they came out with called Dos?
Yes.
Okay.
Every one of them.
I just wanted to make sure.
The whole concept of the competitive, fast-moving card game and like the idea of someone else where you get to laugh in someone's face as they're collecting a gajillion cards is just it never gets old. It doesn't matter if there's two of us playing Uno or if four of us playing Uno or if 14 of us are playing Uno. It's always fun.
Uno is, and it's a timeless game. You can always play Uno.
Uno is absolutely classic.
Talk about accessibility. Anybody can play Uno.
The ease with which you can even add your own custom rules.
Oh. Uno is so good.
Yeah, S tier.
Okay, let's go into some games that are a little more, they're a little newer, but they're not necessarily classics, but they're a little newer, okay? Secret Hitler.
S.
Okay, for those of you that
tier.
don't know, that watch us and we're rating on a game about Hitler, what the concept of Secret
It's a
Hitler...
social deduction game.
Yes.
Similar, it grew in these social deduction games for people like, I've never played one of those. If you have played Among Us, if you have played Werewolf, if you have played Mafia,
Yes.
if you have played, there's so many different variations of Town of Salem.
What's the one that's on the app right now that everyone's playing? Imposter.
Imposters.
Yes.
There's so many social deduction games. Secret Hitler is just one of those that just uses fascism and everything in a very interesting way, but it is so much fun because we have only played this as like a big group once.
Yes, and I loved it.
It was phenomenal.
Honestly, one of the
You
funnest...
were really good in your...
You were always the bad guy.
Yes, I was always the bad guy, and I was very good at being the bad guy. And I know some people struggle with the concept of it because you have to be, a pretty good liar. Not necessarily a liar.
Deceiver.
You have to be deceptive in this game. You have to act it out.
Yeah.
Can I throw a game on there that I don't know if you have on there?
Please, by all means.
Wait, did we rate it? I'll rank it.
I rank.
It's an S tier for me.
I'm in an A tier.
I would say for me when it comes to that. It's not even just at Sea Railer as a whole. Social deduction games are an S tier for me.
For me, the reason why it's getting an A tier is because this game is highly dependent on who you're playing it with.
It could be boring
If you have the wrong people. I'm going to give it an A tier, but I do believe that it is a great game. Okay.
The game I want to add, simply
Yes.
because we are a movie podcast, is Seen It.
Oh yeah, Seen It's fun. Seen It's fun. But at best, I give Seen It a B.
I give Seen It a B. I rank Clipology higher than Seen It.
Clipology is better than Seen It, actually. Of both of the brands, it's gotten a little bit better. The problem with a lot of these games is back in the day when we had DVD versions of these games, they were really spectacular. Then the advent of internet games and then the accessibility of them just made these trivia games not nearly as good. When you had something like You Don't Know Jack games that are
Jackbox
releasing
games.
Yeah, Jackbox games. Jackbox games which are releasing incredible trivia games, it can't really keep up. But every now and then, it's a pretty fun game. Okay, pretty fun game. B.
B.
Okay.
Yeah, B, C, C.
Okay, let's do like two more here real quick. 2 or 3 more. Clue. S tier, absolutely.
S tier.
I'm going to put it in B to A simply for the same reason. Hang on. For the same reason that you gave Secret Hitler A. For me, that depends on who I'm playing with. The last time I played Clue was with my dad, and I love my dad, but he didn't understand the rules. He got mad that he figured it out, but he didn't do it in the right steps. I won, or people who are just they just don't know how to play
People
the game.
can mess it up. But I do believe that Clue is just one of those games that's just so much fun, and I love all of the different iterations of Clue.
Yes.
The Bob's Burgers Clue.
I have the Office version.
Simpsons Clue, the Office Clue,
fun.
and all of these are great. I mean, it's the same thing as like when Lego started getting into IP, when games started getting into that as well. It just made them just much more fun.
Which is why Monopoly's the same. Yeah.
I will say that it's for me it's an A tier, but it's the reason it's not up is because it's dependent on who I play it with.
Sure.
Because like you could get put with people that are just like you get people like it's just rough. It's just rough if you get if you get put with people that. But that could also be any game. Yes. I hate when people like when it comes to games. Keaton can attest. I'm a big on like if it's supposed like the way you're supposed to play it is like the rules and like if you've set those into a place you want to do it. Clue for some reason is one there. I don't know how you can fully cheat at Clue. People in my family constantly cheat at that game.
What they do? Yeah, I think you're
really
just bad at it.
If you're technically more just detecting?
Exactly.
No, when I say cheating, I mean when you're supposed to like if somebody has something and people aren't supposed to be looking, they go,
But
"Hey,
that's
everybody
the
close
whole
your eyes,"
point.
and you just go.
No,
you're-
I feel like
Okay,
that's the point.
let's
of deception.
do a few of these rapid fire real quick to end this one real quick. Okay, Connect 4.
A. No, B.
D.
B tier.
I get
B.
bored after a few rounds.
B. It's B. It's solid. It's solid. Connect 4 is solid. Okay. Jenga.
B.
B.
B tier just because, bro, setting up Jenga constantly does get old.
Yeah.
But I like Jenga's variations. I
Okay,
like the
rapid
rumble.
fire. So Jenga, you're what?
B.
C.
I just don't care about it. D. Jenga's trash. It's just wood pieces. Who cares? Trivial Pursuit.
A.
A tier.
Yeah, Trivial Pursuit's an A tier game. Absolutely. Okay, let me get another one. Battleship. S tier game in my opinion.
S tier.
I love Battleship.
Yeah.
To me, this is where strategy and throwing people off is one of those games where genuinely I believe Battleship takes a certain amount. There's also guessing, but a certain amount of skill.
Nick's got a cold take.
No, well, for me, it's a
No. Rapid fire.
D tier. I never had anybody to play it with.
Bro.
If anybody out here is
Bro.
listening to this, please play.
Come to my
Battleship
house
with
and
Nick.
play that game with me. Okay, last one. Last two, Candyland. D.
D.
Shoots and ladders.
D.
Ooh.
Why are we ending on
classic.
shoots and ladders?
No, I'm going to end on a good one. Sorry.
S. S tier.
Sorry,
Any game where
solid.
you can
Sorry
make
is
people
solid.
mad.
Sorry, it's like an A tier game.
If you can make people mad in a game, I'm there for it.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Sorry.
We got some good
Taboo.
ones. Taboo. Code Names.
Code names.
Code Names is a great game.
I've only played Codenames
Catchphrase?
once.
Catchphrase is a great game.
That's a classic youth game.
S tier for catchphrase, in my opinion.
Classic Christmas party at your house game.
Okay. Well, here's what we want you to do is when you're watching this episode later, let us know your rankings and your thoughts on these games as well. We love doing these rankings. But
Illustrations.
Oh, Telestrations. Yes. I had that on the list. I didn't get to it.
It's fun.
That's a good one. I've never played Telestrations.
You haven't?
I've never played that.
Oh, dude.
You got to show me that one. You got to show me that one. So we're going to get into our wheel. So here, give me the camera real quick. What we're going to do is we spin the wheel every single week. And when we spin this wheel, we're going to see what we're going to watch next week. So this is how we're end the episode. Check it out. Drum roll, please, fellas.
The Longest Ride.
Is that the Nicholas Sparks?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh. Is this the Miley Cyrus one?
No.
Which one is this one?
This one, I believe.
How do none of y'all know? This isn't.
It's because one of my sisters owns this one. It's on the list. This is Scott Eastwood, Britt Robertson.
Oh,
There you go.
gosh.
The Longest Ride.
Trash. I am going to eviscerate this movie. Yeah,
You guys both don't like it?
No, it's in the movie library.
it's in the library. Yeah.
know
This
what?
could be
I'm
somebody's
going to
favorite
defend
movie,
this.
and they're very
I'm
excited
going
for us to talk
watch
about it.
this, and I'm gonna.
Okay. I'm coming in hot on this one. I'm coming after this. But these type of movies, these schmaltzy romance movies,
I freaking love them.
I think are the worst movies
love
in
'em.
existence.
I love them.
They're horrible.
I love me some good romance movies.
They're terrible. No,
barf.
there is such thing as good romance movies, and then there's The Longest Ride.
I'm there for it.
Trash.
I'm there for it.
Okay, close us out, Nick.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a comment. Tell us where you thought of those board games. If you watched Game Night, what your thoughts were, what stood out to you. We love reading them. We love seeing them. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you're on YouTube, comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, follow.
Yeah.
Helps us out a ton. Gets this podcast out to many more people.
Share the podcast with others, but otherwise, see you at
Hang
the
on,
movies.
Andrew wasn't on you again for that one. Andrew, we need to put it on Rob.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You ready? Yeah. See you at the movies.